our life is more richer than we think it is. Why is it coming to him and not coming to me? Like the natural instinct is to be somewhat jealous, somewhat, like why can't I have it? Whatever it is, that is part of your manifestation. So Buddha has a quote that suffering, the attachment is suffering. And I've heard of that quote before, but I never really kind of internalized what that means. But um, the last 2 3 years, I had an experience, and I kind of realized what that means. And not only I realized what that means, I realized if you know and learn the power of detachment, it's going to be able to lighten up your perspective of life and even lighten up the stress that we have in life. So in this video, I really want to share with you, this is something that I came up with. I haven't heard many people talk about this. Maybe there is somewhere, but from my personal experience, this has really helped out my life, and I believe that it can help out your life too if you kind of understand the concept. And I'm sitting here. The story I'm going to tell you a story about my personal experience and how I came up with this. And right here, where I'm sitting at, this place, and I'm going to show you. This is the morning of. This place is part of that story, and this goes full circle of the power of detachment, and it's so interesting. And I'm gonna show you real quick my beautiful surrounding. This is part of my manifestation um, for a while, and now I'm sitting in here and it's coming true. I've always wanted this. This is a my friend's place, 160-acre. We got a vineyard in the back, a cabin, and this is I just stayed here this morning. The cabin behind me, you see here, it can fit 8 people. We got 2 beds on both sides and 2 lofts on the top. It literally fit 8 people, and I stayed here with my wife last night. And you can tell in the background here, there's a couple more. There's one more in the behind me, and all these are vacant, by the way. And I'm gonna tell you the story of this. And there's one right there, and there's one right there. And you see here, these are all wine. These are vineyards. This is I am in Fallbrook, California, Southern California. This is a hidden gem. I'm going to tell you a full story how this is come about and part of my manifestation, and how everything ties together. So sit tight, get a beer, glass of wine, relax. This is not a rush video. So if you're in a hurry, save this video and watch it later or something. Don't get mad at me if I talk too slow, okay? Okay, so my manifestation, my dream of wanting, always want, a little bit back when I was traveling about 10 years ago. I went to Australia, and me and my wife was traveling through Australia, and we went to this place called Paranel Park. Paranel Park. I don't know if I pronounced that right. If you look it up, it's a 13-acre piece of land. One guy, I don't know where he's from exactly, but he left his country, told his girl that he's gonna travel and one day come back. So he found this lot of land, 13 acres with a waterfall, and he built the land around it. And it was one of the most beautiful place. And the Japanese even made cartoons about it. It's a very magical place. He made electricity from the waterfall, and he just basically built a dreamy place, Paranel Park. And now it's just a park where you can come and visit. But basically, after he built the land like 10 years or something, whatever the detail is, came back, knocked on the door of the dream girl, and then he found out that his girl married somebody, and he was heartbroken. but he did hook up with the sister. So he married the sister, and that was the love story. And I got kind of got inspired by that, and I love that. And I always wanted to buy a home with about 15, 20 acres or whatever, and just build on there. Want to make the world biggest bush maze. Want to do meditation retreat. Want to do a place where people can trip out on mushrooms or something, glow in dark paints, or lighting. I'm always crafty and wanting to build things. So that is my passion and that's my dream. And in Fallbrook here, I always wanted to. I live in Southern California. Temecula Winery is about an hour and 15 minutes away from me, and I always liked it. I always wanted to, uh, thought of buying land out here. I mean, out in Temecula, and a house out in Temecula. But the thing about Temecula is a little bit dry, and it's a little bit dry. It's not. It doesn't have a lot of trees like this. Um, but my friend, yeah, my friend named I don't know, it matters. My friend Tim, he does very well for himself, and then he bought a house that is 130 acres. This is part of that house. 130 acres. The house, he got such a good deal. He was in escrow for about 6 million something, and the house come with 130 acres. The house is beautiful. It's on a lake, and he Airbnb out. The house has 3,000 avocado trees. What you see behind me, there are avocado 3,000 avocado trees up there. It comes with a the guy that was building. He built it from scratch, and he grew the olive trees and made a olive oil company that's award gold winning. So this business came with the house. Amazing. He was just ready to leave. The furniture was there. He hand over the whole business of the oil. I mean the olive oil. So there's like thousands of olive trees, and he had a little vineyard behind me that I showed. So my friend got it for about 6 mil something, and then someone wanted to pay 8 mil cash after during the escrow, but the guy couldn't get out of it. Basically, he got a fantastic deal, and and then basically my friend offered me to work here because he knew that I like nature and stuff. He offered me a salary to work up here, and then I was like, hey, for the amount that you're paying me, it's not about the money. It's an I mean, I would have to live here, which is an hour 30 minutes away. And I said, you know what, I would do it if you let me build these tiny homes on this land. uh, Start two or three of them. And I said I wanted to build geodomes, and they're these little domes that you can overlook the sky and stuff like that. And I said that let me build it up and let me Airbnb it out and rent it out, and you can have a piece of that, of that, and I'll run it. So I think my friend would be fine with it, but I think it's his business partner that he had. He said, "Oh, it's too much liability and this and that," and so they turned the offer down, and I was quite pretty sad about it. And then later on, when he was building this land, he decided to do tiny homes on here, which was kind of like my idea, right? So he went through, and all these tiny homes that you see, he built it from scratch. So he has about 10 of them, and I think about 6 of them are completed like this. And it's not, I wanted the geodome, and he just bought like the tiny home and put it here. But it's the same concept. He spent like over more money to extend the vineyard. So what you see are like the seed here is all new. Oh, what's that? Yeah, all these grapes and all these grapes and vineyard are brand new. We spent almost $200,000 extending it from that hilltop up there. All the trees up there are up. So the main takeaway from the story is that I was pretty sad. I was like, hey, naturally you think like you are attached to your dream, attached to what you want, and the natural question is that I think I did think of this for a little bit. It's like, why is it that I am passionate about this? I love nature, and my friend here, he's a businessman, and he doesn't really like nature as much as I do, and this is all coming to him. How is it? Why is it coming to him and not coming to me? Like the natural instinct is to be somewhat jealous, somewhat, like, why can't I have it? Why is it not coming to me, and why is it coming to someone else, or why is it coming to my friend, my neighbor, or something like that? So I think the natural thing is to get jealous and feel like, why not me? But then after that feeling kind of went over, I kind of read thought about it, because as he was building the land, I got to stay at the house. I threw my birthday there, and and I got to experience it, right? And then everything that he's doing that I wanted to do, and we're talking about, once you do it, can I stay there? And he's like, yeah, you can stay there. And then I re thought about it, and it's literally the manifestation did come to me. It just came to me through my friend. Now this is tricky, because if you feel like, now if you are attached to the feeling of ownership, and that's fine too, you want to own that house, you want to own this land, that's perfectly fine. That is one experience. But at the end of it, what is my end goal? My end goal is to experience that house, experience this beautiful tiny home. Oh, there's an eagle sound. It's so nice. Experiences, waking up, the vineyards here. He literally built my dream. He literally, and if you think about, if you are spiritual, and this is what I believe in, all of us are an extension of each other, and it's like they are another version of your life. If I think like my friend is just like another version of my life, that's running this land, that's living that lifestyle, and I'm getting to enjoy part of that, and that is amazing. It's like, I don't know if you understanding what I'm trying to say. Is that when you are spiritual, this is actually working out better for me, because to do what my friend does to this land, I would have to put out $8 million after he got this land. It cost about over $160,000 to extend all these vineyards, the grapes, not counting paid for about 80 to 100,000 for every unit of these tiny homes, and he got 10 of those. He had to do the concrete, um, do everything basically, and I do not have the money for that. I mean, there's you can have the money, then you'd be stressful. It's just like buying, like, you think you buy the luxury car and you drive and everyone's looking at you and enjoying it, but we are the one that's paying the bill, the maintenance, and there's suffering. There is some part of suffering in there, or basically what I'm saying is this is the people around you, and life all comes down to life experiences. So sometime if you get to experience that yacht, that nice house up in the hilltop, this vineyard, from your friend, from a friend of a friend, whatever it is, that is part of your manifestation. Don't look at it as, you feel jealous, how come that person have it. Sometimes that person doesn't even enjoy it as much as you do. Like my friend Tim, he enjoyed the house a lot, but he's never experienced these tiny homes, and this is like amazing. Opening up, waking up to the vineyard, it's a very priceless experience. So this is not about, like, oh, freeloading, off people, or it's not about that. It's about loosen up your attachment to things. Yes, do I still want things and do I still want to work for it? Yes, but I guess what I'm getting at is that our life is more richer than we think it is. If we change our perspective, enjoy the things that are around us, whether somebody came and gave it to us, give us that experience, and it all is hand in hand. You either are at the receiving end that get to receive what people have given you, like this is my friend has given me this experience, and I can come here and stay every time. I just offer, he wouldn't even take my money, and I can just offer to, pay for the cleaning fee. I'm making videos to help market his place, so I'm giving back in other ways. But what I'm saying is that you can be the receiver, and when you get a chance, you can be the giver. There are experiences that I do for my friends. I set up things. There's things that I think of that they don't think of, and I become the giver, and that is what is fulfilling. But at the same time, you will also have your chance to receive. And basically, the talk of this video is this: reanalyze some of our attachment, whether it's ownership in that house, in that mansion, in that car, the luxury car that we're going for, that yacht. We kind of redefine, does that fulfill us, right? What are we working for? Sometimes we work for that that house, that yacht, that project, or whatever, that money that we pour in, and then we become a prisoner of that. This land right now is not making money, it's losing money. My friend is lucky, he has a lot of money where he's well off, where it becomes his little project that he enjoys. But for someone that, like me, or an average person that has a little bit more money than the average person, and got into this land, I will probably be really stressed out right now, because I'm not making any money. I pour a bunch of money in here. These things cost about 100,000 each, and it's renting maybe a couple $100 a day, and it hasn't been renting. He had this land for about, I would say, 3 years at least, and these are just barely getting on the market. And definitely, I don't know when you're gonna make that all that money back. I don't know if he is going to make all that money back. But what I'm saying is, what if this was my dream and I went for it, and I didn't have the capital to back it up? I would probably be crying right now. I'll probably be very stressful right now. Very, very stressful. Money is tight. Money is tight in here, and it is only coming into this project and not coming out. So, really, it's a blessing, man. I'm sitting here making this video right now, and I'm sitting in the middle of my dream, my manifestation that has came to me through my friend, and it's amazing. And I want to be taking that moment to be grateful, and just to enjoy that, to internalize that, and to take that in. And I thank the universe for bringing that to me. And when I'm radiating that energy of gratefulness, more of that may come into my life. And this whole video is about that. Just be open and receive. You probably know people or had experiences that has been given to you, and maybe you just think of it as a coincidence. You just think it as, oh, I got lucky. But this video, I want you to think, maybe not, maybe it is part of your manifestation. And when you realize it's your manifestation and you are grateful at receiving it, more of those abundant life experiences going to come to you. And I think that is the whole point of this video, is to look at things that come into our life and open the doors for things that can come into our life, where we can be a better receiver. Because if we don't understand the power of attachment and detachment, and the power of, you don't have to own that and you can still experience that, I think we're closing the doors for what can come into our life. And when we realize that and utilize the power of detachment and just be open to receive, I feel like life is going to be a lot more fun. Life is going to be a lot more abundant, and it's going to be very exciting to let the universe send it to you, and when good things happen to you, you're not going to think it's an accident. You're not going to think is a coincidence. You're just going to look up and say thank you and appreciate it. So that was a unscripted video that was just on my mind. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. Please, if you like this video, please hit the like button, because that's the only way that I know that you like videos like this, kind of on the spot, kind of thinking a little bit out of the box. And I would love to hear what you think. If you have any experiences like that, what do you think about the power of detachment, and what do you think about the suffering of attachment? And what we do is a lot, has a lot to do with attaching to too many things. And when we really analyze it, do we really need those things? I'd love to hear from you in the comments. And thank you for watching this video, and see you very soon.